now it's organization time. I like things organized, and oh my gosh, this is getting on my last nerve. Glad I finally got the, sorry, dryer's going here, but finally got the carport put together so I can put these boxes in a dry location and start working on the chassis and, yeah, organize all of this mess. Anyway, so that's what's on the agenda for today. A little walkthrough on what's going on here, all the suspension parts, and I'm excited to see these boxes disappear and start to put everything on and get a roller rolling chassis and everything that we need going. So here we go. Hey guys, it is December 27th and I'm going to be working on Smokey's chassis today, trying to get it taken apart so that I can put the frame bracing kit on, so from HPI Customs. So let's take a look here. I'll flip the camera around and show you guys what I'm working on. All right, got the garage cleaned up, well, as clean as I can get it at the moment, and here is the chassis. So what I want to do today, when my father bought the car, it already had disc brakes. I believe they're CPP disc brakes, but I don't know a whole lot about them. So, but we did purchase 2-inch drop spindles to put on. So I'm hoping that these rotors and brakes and the mounting, most importantly, work with the new drop spindles that we got from RideTech. So yeah, here we go. Today I'm going to try to get the wheels and tires off and the rear end taken off, and hopefully be able to break down a lot of the front assembly here. Get the A-arms possibly. I made a little tool that I showed in another video that I'll be using for to remove the springs, but I don't know that I think that's delusion of grandeur. But for right now, I think I'm just going to work on getting the back end taken care, or getting the wheels off and stowed away so that I can move forward. But I'm excited to start working on this, and I'll try to get my phone mounted, since I just use my iPhone. I'll try to get that mounted so you guys can see me working on it and see how everything's done. All right, so let's see what we can do here. I think I've got all the lug bolts loosened up all the way around. So I'm going to lift them up, take that wheel off. 2-car garage trying to get this to work. I already have a car here that doesn't move. Then I'm going to move it to the side, my right side, and get that wheel off. Then I'm going to drop it onto these rollers that I have here, and at least drop the calipers down onto these guys, try to move them forward, and yeah, go from there. So here we go. I'll try to find some software that allows me to fast forward, I'm hoping, so that you guys don't have to deal with all the the time it takes me to do things. So we'll see if I can get that by the time I edit this video and get it off to you, since everything's done on my iPhone. And as always, the plug, if you haven't checked out HAFF Rod's builds, please check out HAFF Rod's builds. If you're doing anything C10 related or other hot rod stuff, make sure to check out Rusty Wrenches, Montana Garage, and 55 TwoTen, I think is his channel. Really good channel. I like his as well. They have some great fabrication stuff they do on their channels. I like watching them. They're a lot of fun for me, a lot more fun than TV. I guess jumping on YouTube and watching those, I think I spend more time doing that than I do watching anything else. Got rid of DirecTV, it's a pain in the butt, but so yeah, loving the YouTube. Alrighty, here. These guys off here real quick. It's a nice day. We've got rain kind of on and off, sporadic, which is nice. Enjoying that. Nice to be in the garage. Nice to have the garage clean so I can move around. For months we had it stacked full of car parts, so even though it still has lots of car parts in it, it's better than it was. Alrighty. So we got this guy off now. Those bolts back on in a sec. I'm hoping that I can use my jack to move the chassis over, at least the front end, so I can get this other wheel off here. Alright, let's get these little foam pads out of the way. Put the lug bolts up here. Alright, so here we go. Hey, it worked. Loving it. That's all I needed, I think. Just enough to get the wheel off. This around here, you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. Now my shoulder's kind of blocking what I'm doing, but so the goal, I've said it in a couple other videos, the goal with this chassis, we have the RideTech Street Grip, CPP pocket kit for the leaf springs, and the composite leaf springs from the RideTech kit, the Street Grip, do work. I was really excited about that. I was worried that they were going to be too wide or something, and wasn't going to fit. So I've got that, and then I was also pretty excited to find that there's a company called Hellwig out of the Central Valley here in California that makes a rear sway bar for the pocket kit on a Tri-5 Chevy, which is really neat because you don't want the rear end moving out. Even though with the Street Grip and the reviews and everything I've seen that it works really well the way that it is, I haven't I wanted to have some way to keep that rear end from having that lateral movement. So I'm excited to put it all together and let you guys see what it's going to look like. Also, the HPI Customs frame bracing kit. Seen a lot of guys I know. I follow Sweet Patina, so if you guys haven't gone to the Instagram for Sweet Patina, make sure to check him out and his YouTube channel. He has a lot of, well, his whole thing is helping ALS Foundation and raising money for them. He goes all around the country in his 57 station wagon, and he has the HPI frame racing kit. And you can get it from, I got mine from Summit, sorry. So Summit Racing sells those. Okay, now, let's see here. I'm gonna move this guy over here a little
Howdy.
bit. Hi, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Doing well.
Good, good.
Yeah, for me, sir.
Yes, sir. What's this frame going to?
55 Chevy, yeah.
Oh, there you go, man.
Yeah.
You got them all, man.
Thank you, loving it. Yeah,
Yes,
it's all
sir.
fun. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time and
This
delivering.
TwoTen right here. This thing's
Thanks. That was my grandfather's. Thank you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's been in the family for...
It has, yeah.
Almost
Second,
time.
actually, we're first owners on it.
Really?
Yeah, so, yeah.
That's amazing, man. One day I hope to get one, but...
You will. You
Oh,
will.
yeah.
You can find them. Just keep your eye out. You'll get them.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, sir. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
You as well.
Thank you. A package. All right, so here we go. Nice to have a little something. UPS and Amazon, and those guys are always working. Appreciate their service for sure. Getting us everything we need. All right, let's see here. That guy into there, and I used the one board I was going to use. So let me find another one. There we go. Wasn't very smart. Okay, we can use this tiny one for the moment, and then I'll get the other one back on, or I'll just leave this guy here. Okay, let's go down slow here. Nice and slow. All right, let's check this. Looking good. Good. Okay, I think that's it. There we go. Now while I'm moving these wheels back into storage, I'll cut off the video so it's not super long, and we'll come back into the next one. So what I'm going to try to do, now that I've got it on these rollers, since the steering box is still connected, I'm going to try to steer it into its location that it's going to be while I'm welding and putting everything on. So let's hope it works. Here we go. Give it a push and see. Okay. Uh-oh. Well, that didn't work. All right. Plan B. Pushed it right off the wheels, which you can think about. Since they're on bearings, it just rolled off the piece of wood. So what I'm going to do is just drop it directly down onto the rollers and give it a shot from there. Okay, here we go. Take this one off of here. Set this piece of wood over. Looks like I'm gonna have to go on the A-arms like this. Well, let's see if that'll allow me to move it. It's moving. Not exactly like I want, but there it is. Anyway, that actually worked out pretty good. Okay, so I have the front end suspended on jack stands. Now I'm going to go take off the back tires, put it on jack stands, and get the old compressor going and remove the rear end and start to disassemble. Woohoo! I'm super excited. All right, I'll come back. Well, I had both wheels off of the rear and remembered something that I wanted to do. Super cool on Robert from HAFF Rod's Builds put C-notches in the back of his 55 Chevy, and I thought that was a really smart thing, especially since the ride height on this Chevy is going to sit a lot lower and have the possibility of coming up and hitting. So what I want to do while I've still got the axle in is I'm going to go ahead and use just a piece of nylon string and one of the lug bolts to create a little plumb bob, and I'm going to drop it down and mark on the frame where the axle goes, and then down the road when I get to that point, then I'll just create a little C-notch that I can put in, burn it out, and weld some extra reinforcements in for it. So that's what I'm doing. If you guys see me using the string, that's what's going on with that. So I'm going to move my little cell phone over here so that you guys can see what I'm doing. My attachment here. Move it around there, trip over a jack stand. Okay. All right. Sunshine decided to come out, which is really nice. Okay. Glad I remembered to do this before I had everything all blown apart, and then I have to try to guesstimate. Get that lined up. Tape that right there. All right. And I know that the frame is powder coated, which is really nice, but I'm going to use chassis saver on any parts that I have to grind down, and it'll look like it's still powder coated when I'm done. Okay. Now do the other side. Touches. Back. Okay, that's it. That's it. Let's stop swinging. There we go. All right, on to the other side. I'll turn off the camera. You guys saw what I did, so I'll turn that off.